Hi drummers, hope you're well. Right, semiquavers or 16th notes. Now we've had already quarter notes or crotchets. They went 1, 2, 3, 4. We've had quavers or eighth notes. They went 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, well, here we've got 16th notes or semiquavers. Ba 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 ba. They go twice the rate again. 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander. So a lot of drummers have said to me when they've come in, when people do that thing, they say, oh, I've never really learnt to read music. I think I'm not really one of those sort of musicians. Yet you are. You just have to go about it in the right way, man. You just have to start at the beginning and put some effort and some time into it. It'll be totally rewarding, totally worth it. Go for it. People often say to me, like, oh, what is that? When drummers talk about E and R, that's where I get confused, that's where I lose it. Well, they're 16th notes. 1 E and R. So there's 4 hits within the first beat of the bar, right? 1 E and the first hit is labelled as 1. The second hit is labelled as E, usually just the letter E. The third hit is labelled as and, which is the same and that we had in eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then usually just the letter A at the end. 1 E and Now they're called 16th notes because in a regular bar of what we call common time, the time signature of 4/4. We'll get more into time signatures later. Everything's in 4/4 for now. There'll be 16 of them. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Before we talked about our quarter notes, our crotchets, and our eighth notes, our quavers, as tea and coffee. Here with the 16th notes, we can call them cappuccino, right? Just a nice little reference. If the words don't help you, that's fine, just use the numbers. A lot of people like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to play a bar of quarter notes, or crotchets, like from the first video in this series. Then I'm going to play a bar of eighth notes, or quavers, like from the second video. And then we're going to play a bar of 16th notes, or semiquavers. I'm just going to loop those 3 note values round and round. Now, like I said before, take time with this, embed this now, make friends with this now, and you lay the path so nicely for like your future development on the drums, I think, so much, because I mean, I've been teaching the drums like really solidly, well, I've been doing it for lots and lots of years, but really solidly, like day in, day out for the last 5 years. And one of the things I've noticed about everything else is how so few drummers have done this. Like mind-blowingly small amount of drummers understand the 3 basic note values. It sounds like I would have never believed that when I first started teaching, but that's true. So you can immediately put yourself like way up there in terms of your drumming potential, amongst, not that music's a competition, but way up there compared to everyone else by simply embracing like these 3 note values and understanding them. Man, it's insane to me how many drummers don't go near this or think this is in some way like, I don't know, going to hold them back or too confusing. Man, go about it in the right way. We'll go through it here. You'll get it, and it's so worth doing. And I cannot stress this enough. Like career-changing knowledge. This, if you really embed it. So again, 3 note values: quarter notes or crotchets, eighth notes or quavers, 16th notes or semiquavers. Quarter notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do a couple of bars. 1. Okay. Eighth notes or quavers. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again, do 2 bars. Now 16ths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and back to quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. Eighth notes, quavers. 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 16th notes, semiquavers. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Quarter notes. 2 bars of each. Eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 16th notes. So that'd be a brilliant thing to do at first. Just put your metronome on at like 50, 60 beats per minute. Just get playing along, man. Just play a bar, 2 bars, whatever, however many bars you like, of each note value. Just move between them. Just make sure you're comfortable playing each one, naming it and counting it. That's massive, man. And again, like so few drummers do this. They take the time to sort of understand on a really basic level these tools of the trade that we're working with here. So well done if you're watching this and you're doing that. Congratulations, you're going to be really good at playing the drums. Right, here we go. So I'll do it one more time. This time I'll say the words for fun. So crotchets or quarter notes, tea. Quavers or eighth notes, coffee. Semiquavers or 16th notes, cappuccino. and I'll do just one bar of each this time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. T, 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 T. Eighth notes. Coffee, coffee, coffee. 16th notes. Cappuccino, cappuccino, cappuccino. Crotchets. T, T. Quavers. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Semiquavers. Cappuccino, 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 cappuccino. So stick your click on, have a play around with it. They are the 3 basic note values: crotchets, quavers, semiquavers, quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. Hopefully this is making a bit of sense. Now, those are the big 3, honestly, and they'll take you a seriously long way. What we've done here is we've kind of presented them in the most basic way. What you'll find as you progress is they can be presented in all sorts of different ways, and you can combine these and all that kind of stuff. But this is a brilliant place to start. Understand quarter notes, eighths, and 16ths, and you are well on your way. I hope that's cool. Like before, you'll see them up here. You can have the semiquaver or 16th note itself, but also its equivalent rest, which has got the 2 little knobbly bits sticking out, and that means you rest the note. So the value can be applied to a note or a rest. And so, say for example, you're playing a whole bar of 16ths, 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, 3 E-ander, 4 E-ander. I don't know, the one on the semiquaver on beat 3 was rested, right? You'd go 1 E-ander, 2 E-ander, E-ander, 4 E-ander. So it's possible to leave them out, like they have a value even if they're rested. Hope that's cool. Any questions about any of this stuff, give us a shout and I'll see you soon. Thanks a million.